So, if you've been to FEUER before, or if you haven't, what is the purpose of our time together? What could you do to make sure you get the most of our out of our time together? Well, one of the things you need to do is you need to come to learn. We're going to learn lots over this weekend. We're going to hear some brilliant sample talks from experienced evangelists and hear teaching from people who are experienced in evangelism. And one of the best ways to learn in evangelism is to learn from the practice and example of other evangelists. And so we're going to hear them and be able to grill them and talk with them and learn from each other in that way. But we've also come to practice, because another great way to develop as evangelists is not just to hear from others, but to get a chance to do it ourselves. And that is the purpose of our small group times over the next 3 days, where each of you, hopefully, will have prepared a short evangelistic talk, and you will get a chance to give that and to receive feedback, constructive feedback from your group. You should have, hopefully, received this in the post. Show of hands, who got this in time in the post? Well, that's not bad for the European Postal Service. If you didn't get one in time, we've got lots more over on the table on the side. Do grab one. This is a short booklet that was designed from the material of a previous FEUER conference to help in the preparation of evangelistic talks. So take one if you've not already got one, and then if you've got spare from tomorrow onwards, you can take some extras to give away. That might be a little bit intimidating for some of us as we feel that we're about to be judged. Can I just encourage you to be secure in the Lord? It's his approval ultimately that matters, not each other's. But also to see this as an exciting opportunity to learn and to grow. And we've all got so much to learn in. Michael Green, who was the patron really of the FEUER network for many years, worked with me on many missions, or I should say I worked with him. And I was always amazed to see Michael sitting at the back, listening to others speak with a notebook, because he was always wanting to learn, even in his 80s. So let's have that spirit of learning together from each other as we constructively feedback in those groups. But we've also come to be inspired. And one of the things that I enjoy about a conference like this is not just the teaching, but the reports that we're going to hear in each of the main plenary sessions from all across the continent about what has been happening in public evangelism in universities in the last 12 months. And that is wonderful, because as we hear reports from others, that might encourage us, inspire us, or help us to think creatively about what we can do in our context. So as you hear the reports, don't just think, well, that's great for them. Think, are there lessons or principles or ideas that I can borrow for my own context from these reports? But then also come to connect. It is wonderful to be in a room like this, from people all across Europe with different gifts and skills and abilities with the same passion. So we've deliberately left free time in the program for you to be able to not just chill out in the pool or in the sea, but so that we can, as we do that, enjoy getting to know each other. And as we get to know each other, think, how can we team up together for the gospel? Maybe there are people that you could invite to your context to help you as you reach out with the gospel. Or maybe you can go and help others as they reach out with the gospel. Let's team up together across Europe to partner in the gospel. And of course, connected to that, we've come in a sense to go. The purpose of FEUER is not just to have a gathering, but the purpose of our gathering is then to be able to go out into this year and to do and attempt great things for the gospel and for the Lord. So let's have that in our mind throughout this weekend. What are we going to do off the back of what we hear, and learn what's going to happen this year as a result of that? Well, that's maybe some tips on how we can make the most of this. Before we start by hearing some reports and stories already from around Europe, Andy's going to sing us, or we're going to sing together, led by Andy, another song.